Hello everyone and welcome back to Wildcard Week. We are here in Baltimore to watch the Jaguars take on the Baltimore Ravens as the Ravens look to hopefully avoid being a one-and-done team. Meanwhile, the Jaguars look to try and kind of build on that momentum that they had going into the latter half of the season, put together some really good games, and managed to take the wild card spot away from the New England Patriots. Oh, son of a bitch, or not Carlos. Your stream name is Carlos, sorry. HBK. Ugh, you have Brandon Godden on. We don't like that. But we are going to go ahead and watch the first play without commentary, or without sound, as Lawrence drops back, fires a play-action pass off to Hurst as he's going to get down to the 43. God damn it. Lawrence this time going to give to ETN, and he's going to get nada. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's going to be it. Jesus, he turned it down to nothing. Now I have to turn it all the way up. You go too far.
On the ready.
So now 3rd and 1 from the 48 as I try to hold in a sneeze for this one play. Give to ETN, and he's stuffed. Maybe got the line of scrimmage. And they will keep the offense on the field here for 4th and 2.
Come on, set, 8-3.
Baltimore defense still out here in this 3-3-5 wide. Like about an 8-man box. Not a fan of this run play. They're going to stick with it, and he's going to get the first down. Just barely got the yardage that he needed, but it will be enough regardless.
Ready, 10
First down, give to ETN, and ETN looked like he lost a yard there. Really wasn't anything going there on that run to the right. This is going to be a difficult team to do really just about anything offensively against. I think you would definitely have an easier time trying to pass the football than run. But it's definitely not an easy team to throw on, as they will find a man underneath him. Oh, he steps out of bounds. Would have had the first down. Instead, that will make it 3rd and 1. Really wish he could have kept his footing and gotten that first down marker. Now 3rd and 1, 6.5 left in the first. As, yes, I am still all alone because my Red Zone media crew sucks dick. I have a broadcaster that was supposed to play in a different league and has still yet to kick off an hour and a half later. Play action, the call here. He's got a man on the sideline. Shark will keep his footing. Stays in bounds and will get the first down. So DJ Shark for a good chunk play, and that will get them into the red zone for the first red zone drive of this game. Really just outside the red zone, but might as well say that they're in the red zone. Give them the benefit of the doubt. So from the red zone here for the first time, Lawrence and the offense, they will hand this to ETN, and ETN will go backwards. So if they weren't in the red zone before, they still aren't in the red zone now. Stuffed maybe got the 21.5, more than likely going to give him the 22. And that makes this a very long 2nd down. 2nd and 11. Still 2 tight ends on the field. Drop back to pass. Gonna just dump this off underneath to ETN, who will almost gets the first. It's gonna be close. Call it inches. 3rd and a long foot. Here to get the first and keep the chains moving. You'd really hate to get all the way down here and then get forced to kick a field goal, or even worse, have to go for it on 4th down and maybe not get anything. And Trevor Lawrence going to keep it on the run, and he'll get 2. Unfortunately, though, they will lose Schwartz, their big tackle. That's not a guy you want to lose early on in the football game, especially not in a wild card round. So 1st and goal here from the 8. Jacksonville has already soaked up about 6 minutes of clock here in this first quarter of action. And don't think they got anything there. ETN has had really tough sledding. He's got 8 carries for about 2 yards.
Ready up.
We'll make it now 2nd and goal. On the 8-yard line still. Give to ETN, cuts back, maybe gets the 5. They're going to say that the ball was behind him, so they will give him the 6. And Schwartz going to be out for the game. I believe he was playing that left tackle spot, so that's going to put a backup tackle in what is obviously the biggest game of the season for Jacksonville, assuming that they don't move on. That'll make it 3rd and goal from the 6. They're going to go 5 wide on the goal line. We saw them try this week 17 and throw an interception in the clutch. And going to dump this off underneath. ETN fights a man off. He fights off a tackle from Marcus Peters, and he is in for the touchdown, as Jacksonville takes 6.5 minutes of clock to go down the field and get the first points of the game. Now, Baltimore on the year only had 3 losses. I can think of 2 of them off the top of my head. I cannot think of what the third one was. But I know that the Ravens lost a close game that they really should have won to the Lions. And I remember that they lost to the Bengals fairly late in the year. So 1st and 10, Lamar coming out in the pistol. Option play, give to Dobbins. Dobbins breaks this for a pretty big gain. That's going to be about 20 yards, and that's a first. Came out in a very soft set. Looked like it was a 3-2-6 dime. I don't agree with going on that even if they have 4 wide receivers. And now an option play. Jackson tries to cut this outside. He does. He's got daylight. Not going to be able to take it all the way, but he will go out of bounds at the 30. And if you watch Sunday night's game against with the Cowboys and the Vikings, you would think that that was a late flag. They don't flag it because Madden never flags that, but... First and 10 now, run to Dobbins, and Dobbins is stuffed this time. This has been Baltimore's bread and butter, just keep it on the ground. Lot of option. Lot of option, lot of runs. Not really trying to put the ball in the air. Second and 10. Dobbins up the middle. He's got a hole, and he will get to the 13. As they're just going to keep on gashing him. Just keep it moving with this run game. And I can guarantee you this is going to be another option out of the pistol with the Baltimore Ravens. This one they will actually give it to Dobbins. Well, actually they gave it to him last time too. Dobbins not quite going to get the first, but going to get 6 yards. And if you're paying attention, these are all different plays. It's not like they're recalling the same read option. There's about 40 different read options out of the pistol alone. Not to mention everything else. Run to Dobbins again. He's got a hole. Looks like this one's going to come back for a holding penalty. That's going to be on the center, on the back side of that play. Going to make it 2nd and 9. Yeah, looking back at this Ravens team, their only losses have come on some not great play by Lamar Jackson against the Lions, a Hail Mary that Herbert hits against them over Marcus Peters going for an interception, and honestly just some good play and Joe Burrow outlasting Lamar with his arm. But that right there is going to take us to the end of the first. As Baltimore knocking on the door here. 7-0 Jacksonville leads, but this is just Baltimore's first drive. Third and 4 from the 7. Run by Dobbins, and he is not in. I thought for sure he got that over the goal line. But Dobbins is going to be marked just short, and they're going to go goal line here from the 1. I wouldn't be surprised if we just see Lamar just take this himself. He will, and he's in. Looked like the nose tackle wanted to try and get a finger on him. He tried. He tried to get his 2 fingers in there. Was unsuccessful. The finger gun did not quite make it into the genes of Lamar Jackson. And they're going to tie this football game up 7-7 now as the second quarter is just underway. Only 34 seconds gone. And Jacksonville going to get it with just the second drive of the game. Jacksonville with a very methodical touchdown drive. Took off almost 7 minutes a clock. And then Baltimore keeping it on the ground almost all the way. I think they didn't throw a single pass. I think it was all runs. And yet they still score in just about like 3-4 minutes. I don't know how Cortell made it off of that first tackle. But as this coach called him, the fast white guy will bounce off of a tackle and only get 1.
Ready? 50, plant. Hey, Urban.
Lawrence drops back. Fires deep. That's for Chark. And it's caught! Big play there. And that's going to get them all the way down to the 30. I believe that was over Peters, too. Lawrence, play action. Pressure there, and he's just going to throw this one away. That's going to be Lawrence's first incompletion of the day. But yeah, that bootleg went right into, looked like they were playing contain, and that just went straight into the contain. So now 2nd and 10, trips left. Hurst, the low man to the right. With the fast white guy, Cottrell, in the backfield. It's letting this clock wind down. Drops back. Looks like he's going to have Hurst. He doesn't see it. Instead, he's going to force a ball, and it's intercepted. He had the tight end in the corner of the end zone, and he just never looked over there. Instead, I think he forced that one to Chark. No, that wasn't Chark. That was the fast white guy. Of all people for him to force it to. First down, run, goes nowhere. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to make it 2nd and 9. And they've allowed 0 passing yards because, well, they haven't passed it yet. They've gone, I think it's 7 straight runs. Let's see if we have run number 8 here. And it will be an RPO, but they will keep it on the ground. And Dobbins maybe got a couple. That's going to make it 3rd and 7. So 3rd down and long. I would say we probably see a pass here, but I mean, with the way that they have run the ball, I don't think that that's guaranteed. What we will actually see is a pause. Not sure exactly what for. Not sure what exactly the Ravens were doing there, but... Third and 7 now. 7 minutes left in this second quarter of action. And Jackson drops back to pass for the first time, pressured, and he's going to find Sammy Watkins. Watkins is going to get the first. Man, that should have been a sack. Instead, he's able to somehow Houdini his way out of there and fire an off-balance throw right into the lap of Sammy Watkins. Oh, that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt if you're the Jaguars. And first down run, gets about 2, maybe 3. finally see some exciting action, some chunk plays, a turnover, and hey, Lamar Jackson putting the ball in the air. All things we did not see in the first quarter. And yet another running play here as Dobbins on another read option, this time stuffed. Got the line of scrimmage, maybe a few feet more than that. But there was just nothing there. That's going to make it 3rd and 5, and we more than likely see another Lamar Jackson pass. Although I would not count my chickens yet. Jackson drops back. Pressure, almost intercepted. Should have been picked off there. Was not a good read. Linebacker was sitting right there. And 4th and 5, that will send on the punt team. And Claybrook's just going to have to fair catch this one back at the 22. So no harm, no foul on the interception. Would have liked to see a safety there as they almost had it. Keep an eye on Chenault here. One-on-one coverage doesn't look like he's going to have safety help. Play action. He has Chenault. He doesn't take Chenault. Instead, he takes Johnson. Teron Johnson is going to get there, but I mean, it's hard to deny that I'm pretty sure you had Laviska Chenault for a touchdown over the top if you had just thrown it. But hey, I mean, midfield, 1st down, and Etienne with the eyes of Trent Richardson will Mark Sanchez his way back to the line of scrimmage. Lawrence, 2nd down, drops back, fires underneath to Hayden Hurst. And Hurst close to that marker, but they're going to mark him short. Make it 3rd and a long yard here.
Set 15 line. 15 line. Bravo. Defense.
Lawrence drops back, rolls out, and he's going to take off running, and he's going to get laid out. Why? Why would you do that? If it's not there, just throw it away. You have 4th down. I'm sure you're going to go for it anyway. Like, the hole wasn't there. And run play here, maybe got about 2.
Ready? Go. Hey. Check 15. Kill.
Lamar on 2nd and 7, pressured, will still somehow hit Sammy Watkins. Was hit as he threw and somehow was able to get that out. And that'll make it 3rd and manageable at 4 yards.
Let's go.
And that will take us to the 2-minute warning here. Still 7-7. As we've had some costly Jacksonville turnovers. One that has resulted in no points for Baltimore, and one that is right now sitting on 3rd and 4, hoping to not go 3 and out. Keep an eye on Hollywood Brown in the slot. Actually, not sure if Mark Andrews is healthy yet. I don't think that's Mark Andrews. over there. He's going to fire for him anyway, incomplete. Overthrew it. Lamar had a lot of pressure right in his face and took a huge shot. And that will bring up 4th and 4, and it's looking like they're going to go for it here from midfield. Not going to elect to punt. Oh my God, what a softbox. The way that you have run, just give this to Dobbins. Just hand this off to Dobbins. Don't do anything fancy. They're not. They're going to throw for it. And Lamar will get it. He's got Hollywood Brown for the first. What was that defense? They have speed everywhere. Why would you elect to call man coverage, especially man coverage where you have a 5-man box? You're trusting 5 on 5. Actually, I think the tight end was on the line too, so you're trusting 5 on 6 to win against the run when they're averaging like 7 yards a carry right now. I just think that's a bad move. See, right there, Dobbins, that was 5 on 6. Or, I think it was 6 on 6, actually. No, it was 5 on 6. That was 5 on 6. And Dobbins runs for 9. Like, what was the defensive play call there? What went through Urban Meyer's head? Other than just some ass and titties. But now 2nd and 1 as we are running ever so close to the end of half. I'm not sure if Baltimore has quite noticed the time situation as Dobbins runs off a 1st down and he will call a timeout. So ball on the 27, 31 seconds left on this clock. 2 timeouts left now for Baltimore after they use one. Baltimore has run it 15 times to just 5 passing attempts. They get 6 now as Lamar running, going to fire one that's incomplete. I believe that was intended for the tight end. But it will fall harmlessly to the ground. As I believe that was Josh Allen who was chasing down Lamar Jackson. Lamar's fast, but when you're prepped for him and you're playing contain, it's hard to get outside of him. Oh, doesn't matter what happens if Dobbins is going to take it for 9 yards again, and they're going to have to use their 2nd timeout. As he was not able to get out of bounds. He did make an attempt to get out of bounds, but smart play by Jacksonville, getting him down in the field of play, forcing that timeout, and now 19 seconds to go 18 yards with just 1 timeout. So middle of the field still open. You don't want to have to use that last timeout because, hey, what happens if you take a sack? Now 5 wide. I don't know how much I trust. Oh my goodness. Against this defense, watch for Hollywood. They're not going to put the streak on for Hollywood. He's still got the end zone, and he's got Pruitt for the touchdown. There's that tight end over the top, and he's in. And Baltimore, barring the extra point, will take a 7-point lead here going into half, assuming that Jacksonville doesn't have just a miracle play in their back pocket. The extra point is up and good. So with 14 seconds, looking like it's going to be a 7-point game at the half. And Claybrooks will take this. I'm not sure I like that. And at this point, if I'm Urban Meyer, I'm taking the knee and I'm going into half. Yeah, you have to play defense, but I mean, hey, your defense has done decent against Baltimore. They've had a few stops here recently. You've had some good play. Maybe you get in there and you finally get to stop the running plays. Who knows? So they're not going to take a knee. Instead, they're going to try and break off a run with ETN, and that's going nowhere. So ETN's going to get stuffed, and that's going to take us into half. 14-7, your halftime score, as I'm going to mute this so that the stadium music does not copyright strike me. And very quick halftime. Usually those 30-second halftimes last the full 30 seconds and almost never go for like 15, as Duvernay on the return maybe got to 20. Now Baltimore, you got to think if you put a touchdown on the board right now, the way your defense has been playing, that really should ice it. Now for Jacksonville, you need a turnover and you need it bad. And, oh, Dobbins stuffed. That's Von Miller to get him in the backfield for the loss of 2.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot. What is hot? It's hot. What is hot?
Second and 12. Lamar drops back. Pressure coming, and he's going to take a sack. That's going to knock them back to the 6. That's going to be Harrison, the big run stuffer, coming in there to get him. And that's going to make it 3rd and about 5 miles.
Alpha, sit on. What is hot? Sit on. What are you? What is hot? What are you? What is hot? Kill, turn up. No, we changed it. Hey, middle. Sit on.
Give to Dobbins on 3rd and long. And that will just get them out of the shadow of their own goal line. So they're going to be able to punt this one away pretty easily. Jacksonville going to try and come after this. Not going to get there, and more than likely we're going to just see... Yep. Hey, Brooks. Going to call the fair catch at the 36. And Jacksonville goes back on offense. Down just 7. Great 3 and out from that defense. Looks like they were finally able to go into half and, you know, stop the fucking run. Play action. They're going to just go to the bubble screen here on Teron Johnson. Lucky to get that over that edge rusher that was in coverage. Now that makes it 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard pass. Jacksonville now 3 tight ends in this formation. Just DJ Chark split out wide to the left. Lawrence drops back, fires underneath. Somehow Hollister is able to catch that. That was right in the face of a defensive edge rusher. Oh my goodness. For Baltimore, if that's a corner or even a linebacker, that is 100% 6 the other way. Instead it's an edge rusher, and they will get a first down off of it. Play action, the call here. Again, picking on that edge in coverage. That's McPhee. And McPhee gets McFucked for about 9 yards there by Hayden Hurst. Definitely was a playable ball by the defense. After 9 yards, 2nd down, run by ETN. He's got a hole, he's got yardage, and he's up to the 30. Finally able to break free for, I believe that was about 10, maybe 11 and a first. First down. This is another run to Etienne. He's got a hole. He could go, and he will. And Travis Etienne from 30 yards out will tie this game up, assuming that they hit the extra point. Ambo will hit the extra point, no problem. So now 14-14 with 5.5 left in this third quarter of action. We've got a ball game here in Baltimore. I think that a lot of people had just written off Jacksonville, said that Baltimore was going to kind of just cupcake walk their way through here. And that, so far, has not been the case. That first drive maybe looked like it was going to happen. Really easy runs, but last drive forced him to throw the football. And things have been just all downhill from there. Play action, Jackson. Oh my goodness, wide open tight end, Pruitt. Just a huge hole. And that's going to be a first down to the 35. My God, there was nobody within a country mile of this guy. They had just figured things out. They had played such good defense. And then they come out first play after the 3 and out and just get torched. And now run by Dobbins. Dobbins trying to get around the edge. And not only will he not do so, he will also run out of bounds. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but I think he lost a yard. This will bring up 2nd and 10 from the 35. It's going to be a run. Dobbins stuffed. Nothing there. And that will make it 3rd and 11. Von Miller right there to just plug that one up. Lamar trying to run around and make space. Von Miller takes a bad rush angle, and he's just going to have to throw this one away. Lamar almost gets caught behind the line of scrimmage. But now Tucker on to kick a 54-yard field goal from the looks of it. Oh, he shanked it! He shanked it wide right. He didn't even hit the net. A terrible, uncharacteristic kick. And Justin Tucker just completely whiffs it. I think there's about a 15-foot divot from where Justin Tucker chunked that. But Lamar makes a hell of a play just to get away from a sack. Really should have thrown that away a lot sooner. Throws it away about at the last possible second. Just for Justin Tucker to go out there and pull a complete Carlos and miss the field goal. 2nd and 4, run play, stuffed. Yeah, that play had nothing. That play had loss of yardage written all over it. Wolf had it read from the beginning, and that's going to make this 3rd and 6. And 6, drop back again. He's actually going to fire it for Hurst this time. Incomplete. Hayden Hurst drops the pass. That would have been a huge play. And now they're going to have to send out the the punt team, the field goal unit. Yeah, they're going to sit out the field goal unit for what would be, I think, a 70-yarder. 65. Yeah, no. Punt is away, and Duvernay, nothing on the return, and they're going to take it from the 27. Or take it from the 17, sorry.
Finish it on! 180! Finish it! Switch, switch, switch! Switch, switch, switch! Sit on!
Run by Dobbins, finally able to get some running room, but is stopped short of what he would have liked. I think he wanted a first down, instead 7 yards.
Sit on! 180! Hey, hey! No, no, no! Off! Check nickel, nickel, nickel! Sit on!
And second down run will get the first down. And now that will make this 1st and 10. On the 28, another option play, and this one's going nowhere. Maybe got a yard. And taking way too long to call this play. They're not even going to be able to snap it. They're going to have to take the 5-yard penalty.
Easy, right?
So 2nd and 14 as this 3rd quarter winds down. Pressure in his face. He's going to throw this underneath for Watkins. Watkins looked like there was a lot of room there to run, but he's going to be brought down after maybe about 10. That'll make it 3rd and 6. Third and 6. Lamar, he's got a man underneath. He will fire it to Bateman, and Bateman's got the first. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know that that's coming. You know how much they love their underneath passes. Why wouldn't you play for it? Now a scoreless 3rd quarter will take us to the 4th, still tied at 14. Well, just shy of midfield here. Baltimore now 1st down. Run up the middle. Dobbins, maybe 3. Maybe. And Jackson drops back, and he's going to take a sack. That's going to be Von Miller's first sack of the postseason. Tried to step up and get away from the rush and maybe take off running, but instead brought down, and that'll make it 3rd and 10. Lamar drops back. Got a man underneath Pruitt, and he's going to be brought down shy of the first down, but it will be 4th and 3, and I'd be very surprised if we don't see them go for it here. We will. So on 4th and 3, we're going to see the offense stay on the field. Lamar drops back. Oh, he tried to fire that to Dobbins, but he had a man in his face and he overthrew it. So now Jacksonville from midfield, 8:13 left to go in this game. Tie ball game, short field, and they've got a chance to take the lead. Lawrence drops back, fires this underneath for Teron Johnson, and Johnson will get about 8 on the easy pitch and catch.
Ready, set.
Play action, the call here. Lawrence, he's got nobody to throw to, and instead of throwing it away, he's going to take a sack. Couldn't get out of the pocket, and that's going to make it 3rd and 16. Need a big play here. I believe they're going to be going away from the wind, if I'm not mistaken here. And pressure there, and it's going to fall incomplete. Punt team's going to have to come on. And Cook with a nice punt. Duvernay will field it, and he will get brought down at the 12. Fielding it at the 8, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I mean, I understand you not wanting to risk a bounce, but I don't know. I would have personally let that one bounce, block the guy right in front of you, and hope that it goes into the end zone. That's just me. What the fuck is this play call? First down run here for Dobbins, and it's going nowhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage if he was lucky. So 2nd and 10 from the 11.
13.
Lamar drops back from his own goal line, steps up, sacked. Von Miller for his 2nd sack of the day. Only lost about a yard or 2, but that will still make it 3rd and long. What a soft box. At this point, run it. Maybe if you get the first down, you get the first down. If you don't, like, just, hey. If you don't, then at least you got room for your punt team. Instead, they're going to throw it against this. Allen, he's not going to get the sack, but he will force a pick. That's Jackrabbit Jenkins. And Jackrabbit's going to take this into the 15. Lamar avoids taking the safety and instead throws a costly interception. And now Jacksonville in perfect position to at least put 3 up on the board. Josh Allen was right there. He came screaming through it and just hammered, laid the boom down on Lamar Jackson. He's lucky he got that pass off, but really just put that one up for grabs. And that was a ball he should not have thrown. He should have tried to get it away, throw it out. And I mean, my God, there's such a soft box. Just throw. Oh, they're not going to throw it underneath. They're going to take off running with Lawrence, and Lawrence will get out of bounds after I believe about 6. My math is suck. He got 8, and that will make it 2nd and 2.
Down. 18 later. 61. Match box right.
2nd and 2 now from the 7. ETN to the right, brought down by Peters. Looked like he had the RPO. I think Teron Johnson could have housed that, but instead takes the safe route, hands it off, and that'll make it 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
And they're covering that A-gap hard. They do not want to give up a QB sneak. Give to Robinson, and James Robinson is stuffed. And they're not going to kick their field goal. They're not going to kick their field goal. They're going to try for the 4th and 1. So instead of getting the points to take the lead and put pressure on this Baltimore offense, which honestly has not done anything in the second half, they're going to go for it here. 4th and 1. Drops back. Lawrence scrambling. He's got the first, and he's got the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence from about 6 yards out will put 6 on the board. 7 if Lambeau can hit the extra point. On the wind has flipped. So Jacksonville actually has the wind with them instead of going against them. I thought that the Ravens had it against them whenever Tucker chunked that field goal. They don't. They have the wind with them for this 4th quarter of action. And that right there is going to put them up 7. Baltimore offense has got to respond, and this Baltimore offense has been very suck over the second half of play. And we're going to have a quick pause here, as I believe we're going to have some depth chart changes from Baltimore. My goodness, what a gutsy play call on 4th and 1 to go for it instead of trying to just put points on the board, take the safe route, get the lead when your defense has been playing as well as they have this second half. You put the ball in the quarterback's hands, in the rookie quarterback's hands in his first playoff game in the NFL, and he just put 6 on the board. Now, if Jacksonville wins this, they will get a rematch with the, are they 13 and 4? I believe 13 and 4 Jets. A rematch of a game that was ugly to say the least. Now Lamar drops back, fires. He's going to find his tight end Pruitt, and he's going to get a first down. So finally a chunk play to kind of flip things around a little bit, maybe.
Let's go.
Run play to the right, Dobbins. And Dobbins brought down inbounds at about midfield. Gain of around 5, and that's going to make it 2nd and 5.
Hey, Alpha. Hey.
2nd and 5 from the I formation. Jackson under center. 3:30 left in this game, so still plenty of time. Gus Edwards takes this left for about, Give him about 3, and that'll make it 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2 from the 47.
180. Sit hard. 180. Hey, report. Report.
From the gun, Dobbins in the backfield.
180. Hey, shot. Let's go. Undercrush. Sit hard.
Lamar drops back. He's got his running back underneath. He will find J.K. Dobbins, and Dobbins will get the first. Stays in bounds, and he's up to the 36. If anything, Lamar is going to have to look back at that pass that he threw. Pressured, looking for Pruitt, fell incomplete. I don't remember if they scored a touchdown on that drive. If they did, then that doesn't matter. But if it's not that play, then you got to turn around and you got to look at. You've got to look at what is obviously the biggest play of the game so far, the interception thrown from his own end zone. It set them up in the red zone. As run left, Dobbins stuffed. Maybe got the line of scrimmage. But it looked like he maybe lost a yard, if not 2, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Alpha, sit hard. 180. What a shot. 180. What a shot. Hey, middle. Sit hard.
Lamar drops back. Pressured. Able to pick up the pressure, and Bateman, he's got a first down and then some as he's into the red zone to the 17. It's now 1.5 minutes left on this clock. Lamar in the gun, bunch right. Dobbins offset in the backfield. You got enough time to still run your offense. Don't really have to force a throw here. They will run it here. Decent run there. Pretty good run, gains about 4. Second and 6 as we tick to 45 seconds. Throws it to Dobbins. Dobbins stuffed short. So he'll get to the 10. 38 seconds and counting. 3rd and 2. No timeout. Jacksonville takes a timeout. Okay. All right, so Jacksonville going to take their own timeout instead of... I don't really get that, but okay. So now 3rd and 2. Oh my goodness, Dobbins. He's not going to get the line. He's going to get the line to gain, but he won't get the touchdown. Brought down at the 4. As that clock continues to wind down. And we're going to see a timeout here by Baltimore. 20 seconds. They've got 2 timeouts from the 4.
You know they pay me extra for this.
1st and goal now. They're going to come out I formation. Solo wide receiver out to the right is Hollywood Brown. And they're going to give this to Gus Edwards. Gus blown up, and he's stuffed at the 5. And Jacksonville calls a timeout. I don't get that. They have to score a touchdown. I mean, I understand you're expecting them to go for 2, but, like, you force Baltimore to call timeouts and make it a final play if they get the end zone or nothing, instead of basically just giving them time. Now they can literally run it 2 more times before they're forced to throw it on 4th and goal. That's exactly what they'll do, and it gets blown up. And Jacksonville again calling a timeout. You are opening the running game for them. In other words, the strong suit of this offense. So now they're going to drop back, throw it. Pass is intercepted, and that's going to be the Jaguars' game. They're going to have to call at least one run play. Definitely not what you would have liked, but ball on the 2, I mean, honestly, you could just take the safety as well. And Baltimore not going to call a timeout and force them to run a play. They're not going to call a timeout and force them to run a play. That's the ball game, and Baltimore's going home. Baltimore, who was the favorites out of the AFC for a lot of people to come out and win this thing, they throw an interception on the goal line. They could have run it one more time. They could have run it one more time, called a timeout, and had a play for the game. Right there, they could have called a timeout and forced them to run one play. Maybe you get a safety, and maybe you get the ball back. Instead, I don't know. Clock management was not as strong a suit of Baltimore, but right there, I mean, that's just... that is the narrative for Lamar Jackson being summed up in one game. The fact that he does not show up whenever he needs to in the postseason. Lamar Jackson with just no showing from his arm. It was almost all of this game was on the ground, through 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions on 170 yards. Just not a great game at all. But on the other side, that defense, man, what a turnaround. They were getting gashed by the run early, and they shortened up, stopped the run, focused on that coming out of half. They did it and forced Lamar to beat them with their arm. And yeah, Lamar could not beat him with their arm at all. And that's going to end it. So that is going to be the last game for tonight, as the Jacksonville Jaguars will be moving on to play the New York Football Jets. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens get to go home and watch the rest of the playoffs from the couch like they have for the last 4 years. Unfortunate turn of events for them, but that is going to be